What is up, guys? I am back for another video in the series. Still think this title is a little too long to call this series, but for now, this is what I'm just going to run with. Are these movies worth your time or are they not? Basically, I'm going to talk about 3 movies I've watched in the past week with you guys, and just tell you guys if these movies are worth it or not, because I feel like some of these movies I watch are kind of like on the scale of like they go under the radar for a lot of people, and I watch some of these movies and I just want to pass them on to you guys and let you guys know about these hidden gems and if they're really worth your time or if they're not. Basically, so yeah, let's jump right into it. I'm going to talk about my first film that I watched last week. It is called Hollywoodland and is directed by Alan Coulter. Don't know much about his directing skills. This is the only movie I've seen by him, but it stars Adrien Brody and also Ben Affleck. So the movie is basically about the mysterious death of George Reeves. And I told you guys, remember, that before that I might watch this movie by myself or I might watch it like a reaction video with you guys, so I decided to watch it by myself. But here now I'm passing on to you what I've already viewed in this movie. And so basically this movie, like I said, is about George Reeves' mysterious death. And Adrien Brody is the main, what do I say, protagonist in the movie. He is the detective on this case, trying to solve it, because like, supposedly to everybody, George Reeves killed himself, right? But this movie tries to dig deeper and say maybe he didn't kill himself. Maybe someone killed him, or I don't know, or it was by accident by someone else, or just like it wasn't him and they wanted to dig deeper, and that's basically the movie. And I'm not going to spoil anything else about it, but that is the main plot of this movie. And it also stars Diane Lane, she's in the movie, as well as Bob Hoskins, also from I feel a movie that is like a cult classic, Who Framed Roger Rabbit. I don't know what else he's been in. I know he's been in a fair amount of stuff, but I know that's the biggest role I know him in is Who Framed Roger Rabbit. Bob Hoskins is also in this, and it doesn't have a stacked cast, but it has really good lead actors in this movie. And I saw the rating on IMDb. I always check IMDb for like the scores of like critics versus just the audience, like their reviews on it. And it has high critic scores, but kind of in the middle-level audience scores, so I wanted to see it for myself if it's really worth your time or not. And I gotta say, I dug the movie. I liked it. It had a slow build in the beginning. It was kind of boring in the beginning, but it's kind of picked up. It kind of more intrigued me as the movie progressed and how it got further into the film. And I think I didn't think we were going to see a lot of Ben Affleck's role as George Reeves. I thought it was just going to show like minor flashbacks, because like he's a big actor, and like I feel they might have not wanted to pay him a lot for this role, because he is not the main character in this movie. I mean, he's the main topic, but he's not the main actor. Adrien Brody is. And so like I didn't know if the studio wanted to pay him the big bucks, so maybe they would have just had shots of him here and there, and just like so they wouldn't go over budget. But he's in this movie for a fair amount of the flick, and it just shows flashbacks of him alive and stuff like that. And like I said, I'm not going to go too much into it, but like it does beg the question, did he really kill himself? And yeah, it's just very intriguing, and I do recommend this. I give this movie probably a B+, honestly. Yeah, I give this movie a B+. I think it is definitely worth your time. A lot of good acting by the main actors in this movie, and it shows George Reeves. Like, I didn't know much about him until I watched Superman and the Mole Men. So, like, I never watched those serial shows or whatever you guys called it back in the day, but those black and white Superman television shows for the kids. And he was really a icon for children back then. This movie shows, and yeah, like I said, but yeah, I'm not trying to go too much into it, but like, he was a big deal, and for kids especially, and he was a hero for a lot of people, and I think people do deserve to know the answers of if he really killed himself or not. And I don't know if this movie is fictional. Maybe like he did really kill himself and they just wanted to play off it in a I don't know, a fictional way, but I don't know if it's fiction or non-fiction. But it does beg the question. And yeah, if anybody could tell me if it really was a time in, I don't know, in this lifetime where like people were really still trying to study if George Reeves really did kill himself, or like it was just a known fact and this movie just wanted to play off it. So I don't know. If somebody could tell me down in the comments, I would highly appreciate it. But Hollywoodland, definitely recommend. It is definitely worth your time, and I'm glad I watched this. It's a good flick. Next up, for another movie I've watched recently, is a little movie called We Are Your Friends, starring Zac Efron. And this movie, did not get any really great scores by either the critics or the regular movie-going people. So I don't know, just from the trailer it kind of intrigued me, and I'm a music lover. I love all types of music, and this is more electronic based, like dance music, like house and stuff like that. And so I kind of was intrigued by watching this trailer, and I watched it recently, and I gotta say, I liked it from a music standpoint. I don't know how close this is how to being a real DJ, but I enjoyed this movie. I liked it. I mean, it is definitely formulaic. It's a definitely formulaic movie about this guy who wants to make something of himself and wants to become big and wants to become like a superstar musician and falls in love and has these friends that back him up, and like then there's something that happens that goes all downhill and figures out that, oh, I'm never gonna do anything, and then something else happens where he's all like, know what? I'm gonna keep going, keep striving, and I'm gonna make something of myself, and I'm gonna be who I want to be. And that's basically this movie. Any type of movie like that you've seen before, it's definitely like that. But the main plot of this movie is Zac Efron's character is an aspiring DJ, and he hasn't made it big yet, and he's trying to just like work small bars, work clubs, like just get any gigs he can get possibly. It's like a side job basically for him. It's a passion project, but he wants to make it more and wants to be something. And so that's what basically this movie is. He wants to become a superstar DJ, like all those famous ones we know, like Calvin Harris, Marshmello, stuff like that. So it's basically that. But I like how they went into the point of talking about how dance music is so addictive to the crowds that go to view these concerts, and how like they get it inside their body, and like just how it like mesmerizes you, and like just you're fixated on this musician and the music, and like how it just controls your body and stuff like that. And I like how they went into that, and it just showed how like dance music is so addictive for these type of people who go to these type of concerts. And I like that. I like understanding why this music is so popular, because like I do like dance music. It's not my favorite genre, but I do like it. I listen to it sometimes, and I know there's a lot of people that go to all these like raves and like all these Hard Summer, EDC, not really Coachella, but some kind of a lot, you know what I'm talking about, those festival things. And so like I just wanted to see from a perspective of why this type of music is so intriguing to these people. And I gotta say, like I said, I enjoyed this movie. It is kind of a movie that you just need to turn your brain off and just watch it for watching it, and enjoy the music and the acting. Zac Efron has proven to be a good actor, not just from his like High School Musical days, but like he's grown to be a good actor. I mean, not at the same level as Robert Pattinson, I feel, because Robert Pattinson really blew a lot of people away with those little small roles he took after Twilight, because like he was a big heartthrob, and then after that he just went for more smaller budget roles and proven to be such a great actor. But Zac Efron, on the other hand, took High School Musical, and everybody put him in that box. And now I feel like he's gotten a lot more credit for being a good actor, and he's gotten a lot more roles, and people can see his chops and stuff like that. And this movie shows that he is a good actor. I liked him in this role. I really dug his character, and I was rooting for him the whole time in this movie. He's a good guy. He deserves what's coming to him. And like any of the movies I talk about, I'm not going to ruin it for you, because I don't know if you guys are going to watch it or not, but I highly recommend this movie. I give it, honestly, for being, even though it's formulaic and like just a typical movie you're expecting when you watch the trailer, it's basically what you see in the trailer. But for me, I liked it, and I'm going to give it an A. Honestly, I'll give this movie an A. We Are Your Friends. I'd highly recommend it. All the actors in this movie did a great job. He has like 3 friends. They're not really huge actors, but they're played by Johnny Weston, Chalo Fernandez, and Alex Schaefer. They are the 3 friends in this movie, and they do a good job of supporting him. Also, Wes Bentley, I know he's a well-known actor, and he's been in a lot of movies. The only movie I can really think of right now is he was in Ghost Rider. He played the main villain in that movie with Nicolas Cage, but also I know he's been into a lot of other movies like The Hunger Games. He's been in those. American Beauty, that's like a cult classic movie. I know a lot of people like that, even though it's very artsy and stuff, and not really my taste, but it still is a good movie. Interstellar. So yeah, he's been in a lot. He's been in a lot of movies, and he is like this idol of Zac Efron's character in this movie. And Zac Efron basically looks up to him, and he meets him, and like he takes him under his wing. Wes Bentley takes Zac Efron under his wing and shows him the ropes and shows him what it takes to be a superstar DJ. Even though Wes Bentley's character is a little bit washed up, but he's still got it. And so yeah, that's also it in this movie. And also there is love in this movie. Love interest is played by, I'm going to butcher her name. She's a famous model. I don't think she's been in a lot of movies, but she is fairly well known. Emily Ratajkowski is in this movie. She plays the main love interest. She's Wes Bentley's secretary / girlfriend, but Zac Efron takes a liking to her, and that kind of poses a conflict in this movie. I'm not going to get into it, but that's basically it. And so, yeah, like I said, We Are Your Friends. I do recommend it. I think you guys should watch it. It's on Netflix right now, and I give it an A. Yeah, so let me know if you guys get to watch it and tell me if you guys liked it or you thought it was too formulaic and too boring and just predictable, and just let me know. I want to know your guys' take on it, and if you guys think Zac Efron is a good actor, because honestly, I do. He has shown me that he has the chops to be a good actor, and he's gotten a lot of good roles where it shows that he can really shine in the leading role. Also, really briefly, I forgot to mention Max Joseph directs We Are Your Friends, and I haven't seen anything that he has done, but I just wanted to mention that he is a director of this movie. And from watching this, I'm intrigued to watch another movie that he's directed. But yeah, for the sake of just talking about the directors, yeah, he directed We Are Your Friends, and I think he did a good job, in my opinion. But you guys be the judge for that. Oh, I just looked it up. Actually, Max Joseph is in the show Catfish. So I know that's a big show that a lot of people love watching. I've never watched it personally, but he is in the show Catfish. I don't know what his role is, but I guess that's where people would know him from. So my last movie and the newest movie that I watched recently is a Hulu original. It appeared on there, and it's titled Palm Springs. It came out in 2020, so this year, and it stars Andy Samberg, and also for the leading lady, it stars Kristen Milotti. And I gotta say, it is definitely reminiscent of Groundhog's Day with Bill Murray, or that movie with Tom Cruise, Edge of Tomorrow. It's like any typical movie like that. If you, because I'm not spoiling anything because this was in the trailer. If you guys watch the trailer, and so like it is a movie basically like that. It's just a movie that is people are stuck in one time loop. And yeah, that's basically the whole premise, and just it's about discovering oneself. And I also really dug this movie. It got good scores by critics and also by people viewing it on Hulu. And I gotta say, Andy Samberg is just really likable in the roles that he plays. I know the show that he's in is really big right now. I've only watched a few episodes, and it is sort of funny. Brooklyn Nine-Nine, Andy Samberg, I know he's really likable in the roles he's in, and I've watched a couple episodes of that, and he does a good job in that show as well. I don't know if he had anything to do with writing this movie or anything, because I know he was a writer for SNL, and I know he does that as well as acting. But Palm Springs is directed by Max Barbaca. I'm probably butchering his last name, I'm sorry, but that's how I pronounce it. And he has also directed other films that I have not seen, so this is the first movie I've seen by him. Hopefully we see more great stuff like this from him. Palm Springs, yeah, I do like this movie, and I do recommend it to you guys. It is probably, I wouldn't say a sleeper hit, but I feel like people who do have Hulu have seen it advertised on there and probably have gotten the thought of, hey, is this worth my time or not? And I'm here telling you that it is worth your time. It is, like I said, it's like Groundhog's Day or Edge of Tomorrow, and it's about this guy who's stuck in this time loop, and he meets this girl at a wedding, and they hit it off, and you know, one thing leads to another, they get down and dirty and stuff like that, and then she soon figures out that she also gets in this time loop with him somehow. I'm not going to spoil how, but that's how they get together in this certain scenario, and they're just going to figure out either how to bide their time during this time loop, and hopefully they get out of it somehow, some coincidental way, or maybe they had enough of it and they want to figure out a way how to get out of it. I'm not going to spoil anything for you, but that's how this movie basically goes. And it's just what makes this movie so good, in my opinion, is just the chemistry between the two actors. And there's not really a lot of other lead actors in this movie. There's no other big roles. J.K. Simmons is in this. He is not a huge role in it, but he has something to do with the main plot. And whenever he's in a movie, he does such a great job. And I really like him. He's a great actor, and he's also in this role. But other than that, there's not really a whole bunch of huge cast in this movie. Yeah, so nobody else worth mentioning. Tyler Hoechlin, he's been in a fair amount of stuff. He's a familiar face to me, and so I've wanted to mention him. Maybe a lot of people have seen him in other stuff, but yeah, I'm just here to say he's also in it. He's not a huge role in this movie, but he is in this movie. But like I was saying, yeah, the main thing that makes this movie so good, because like it's basically like any movie that has to deal with repetition of a certain day and stuff like that. But what makes it so good is the chemistry between Andy Samberg and Kristen Milotti. Melody, however you want to say it. And so they do a good job at being in the two lead roles, and I like their chemistry, and it plays out very well. And it also just has, I'm not going to say it, I'm thinking it, but I'm not going to say it because it doesn't really have that, but it has just a good message at the end of it, and it's about finding oneself and like maybe just not being stuck in the same thing over and over and not getting comfortable. I guess it's just like you have to learn how to get up your feet and do something about something, or it's not going to ever get done. So yeah, I'm not going to say Andy Samberg's character is just like a guy who doesn't really care anymore, or like has just given up on life, because that's kind of how it is, but not necessarily. And so, but he basically is just getting comfortable in this time loop, and so we just have to progress from there and see his character develop. And he is the main character in this movie, I feel. Or actually, no, I don't know. I'm not going to say that because like both their characters are very prominent in this movie, and yeah, I'm just not. They both share the screen equally, but you see Andy Samberg first in the film, so that's why I said he's the main character. But no, not necessarily. But yeah, Palm Springs, I give it a... Just because I give it this score doesn't mean I don't think it's that great. It's just my taste, because like I feel like when you watch a movie that deals with a time loop, it's just very repetitive with like similar movies that's come out before it, and so like you're basically watching the same movie. But I'm not saying that this has nothing to do with it not being good, because it is a good movie. But I'm gonna give it a B+. I don't think it's worthy of an A, because like when you watch a time loop movie, you've seen it before, and I have seen this before, but that doesn't mean it's necessarily bad. But yeah, Palm Springs, I give it an A. It is definitely worth your time. I'm telling you guys this. Go out and watch it. If you guys have Hulu, go stream it. It's on there right now. And let me know what you guys think. And tell me what you think of Andy Samberg, because I really like him. I think he's a funny comedian. Lonely Island, I grew up with them, their type of music on SNL and like their albums and stuff, and they just made me laugh as a kid. And I think he's a hilarious guy, and whatever he does, I laugh out loud when he's in it. So yeah, tell me what you guys think of Andy Samberg, and let me know what other favorite movies you like by him. I'm curious to know, because I've only seen like a fair amount of movies he's in, like Pop Star or That's My Boy with Adam Sandler. Other than that, I haven't seen him, I feel, in a lot of stuff other than SNL or the Lonely Island skits. But yeah, Andy Samberg, funny guy. So yeah, that's gonna wrap it up for my little Is the Movies Worth Your Time or Not series today, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. Other than that, I will be continuing this series so far to see if you guys like it or not, and to see where it takes me from here. And yeah, also I will be putting out movies, my reaction and commentaries as well, so you guys have that too as well. But yeah, that's gonna wrap it up. I hope you guys are having a great day. Let me know in the comments if you guys get a chance to watch any of these movies, and let me know what you guys think of it. But other than that, if you guys liked what you watched today, maybe feel free to hit that like button. It does help me out. Or if you guys really liked what you saw today, putting out content like this on the regular, so maybe hit that subscribe button so you could get notified of my new content coming out weekly. Oh, it's like 3 times a week basically, so more than weekly, but yeah. And actually that's it, guys. That's gonna wrap it up today. So I hope you guys are having a great day, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Okay, peace.